How's it going, guys? I am Connor from Running Warehouse, and today we have an extremely special guest. We've got one of the hottest names in track and field. We've got none other than Olympian Shelby Houlihan. Now, if you know anything about Shelby, you know she's been running pretty well on the track for the past couple of years, but it wasn't until the last year we saw some major breakthroughs. You know, I think you are gonna be one of the top names coming into the 2020 Olympic trials. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so first thing on the docket today, we gotta talk about this breakthrough. You know, you've been on a hot streak. We saw the double gold at the outdoors, we saw the near double gold at indoors, and on top of that, we saw the 5K national record.
Yeah.
Now, going back to your early childhood, do you think you ever realized you'd get to this level?
Yeah, I mean, so you know, I started running when I was 5, and ever since then I just wanted to run professionally, and I knew, I was like, one way or another, I'm gonna do this. This is my dream, and I wanted to be one of the best in the world, and you know, set records, world records, American records, all the cool things. I'm not like surprised, I guess. I always felt like I was capable of this, but for it to like actually starting to happen has been a really, really cool experience to watch, and it's kind of like I kind of find myself like pinching myself, like, is this really happening to me right now? Like, this is really cool. But yeah, I mean, it's been a really fun ride, and I'm looking forward to what's to come.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, we saw some photos circulating at the outdoor championships. People were throwing French bread
Yeah.
out of the stands. We've seen the French bread Friday trending on Instagram. What's the deal with French bread?
Okay, so I feel like a lot of people really think I just love bread, which I do. Initially, it started because my teammate Colleen Quigley started French Braid Friday, where she was French braiding her hair every Friday and posting about it. And so I just thought it'd be funny to make fun of her a little bit and start French Bread Friday, and just like a little parody troll account. So that was kind of the idea behind it, and it just, people started loving it, and it just took off. And so now I feel like I'm pretty much known as like French Bread Friday. I feel like some people don't even know my name. It's just French Bread Friday. So it's a fun thing to do.
So you are the French bread girl.
I guess
you are the connoisseur of French bread, and because of that, we have a little bit of a French bread tasting today.
Cool.
First on the docket is, you know, a little bit of a classic with a twist. We have the French bread with walnut.
Oh boy.
So, first
All
on
right.
up, I'm gonna let you take the first bite.
Let's do it.
It's looking interesting.
It's like a little purple.
A little purple. I like the consistency.
Yeah.
A little nutty. What do you think?
It's a little bland, I'm not gonna lie. I do like the walnuts in it. I think it could be better maybe if you put some butter and salt on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe a 7 out of 10, but could maybe raise to an 8 out of 10 if it had a little bit of a kick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, talking about kick, you
Okay.
got one of the nastiest kicks in the game. How did you get such a strong kick?
Throughout high school, I didn't really do mileage at all. I mostly focused on training like a sprinter. So I was always like trying to be more explosive, and I think I ran like maybe 20 miles a week, like not really a lot. I didn't even warm up for my races. I'd do like a bunch of like really active drills. And then when I got to college, I started putting in the miles, and my first year I think I ran like 30 to 35 miles a week, and then just was really, really patient with that and built up 10 miles per week every year. So it's been a really, really slow process, but it's starting to pay off finally. I mean, not that it wasn't before, but it's really, I knew at some point that it would all start to come together, and that's kind of at the point where I am at now, is seeing all those years of consistent training and staying healthy because I was patient. It's all coming together now, and now I'm strong enough to use that speed at the end of my races where I wasn't before.
That's great. I think a lot of people think it just comes naturally, and it does take some time to get that speed.
Yeah.
All right, so French bread number 2. This is a classic.
All right.
And, you know, I think the
It's
French
so cute.
baguette might be my favorite of the French breads.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some crunch. Definite some crunch.
I like how soft it is in the middle though. Yeah.
It's hard to swallow. Okay, so, you know, this French bread, I think this reminds me. Oh, God. So this French bread reminds me of the French bread my mom used to make as a child. Now let's go to your childhood. You dealt with some adversity. You had a blood disorder.
Yep.
And, you know, you struggled to even run a mile in the beginning. Now you're running at the elite level. What would you say to an athlete who might be dealing with some adversity early in their athletic career?
Yeah, I mean, even though I was dealing with that adversity, I never really gave up on my dream. And even when maybe odds were against me at times, and like you said, like sometimes I even struggled to run a mile, I always just like believed that this was something that I was capable of doing, regardless of what the outcome was at the time. I knew that if I worked hard enough and I loved it enough, that things would come together for me, and that's kind of what has happened. And I've just tried to believe in that no matter what, and yeah, it's definitely been paying off.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, we're gonna go to the last bread of the day.
All right,
and
bring it
some
on.
people might say, Connor, this isn't a true French bread, but I picked this up at the French Cafe, so I'm considering it a French bread. This is
I
the
approve
French
that.
waffle.
Yeah.
Sweet, soft,
I think this is my
perfect.
favorite.
This is my favorite. Definitely my favorite. Now,
Has a little powdered sugar on there.
I like how decisive you were with that answer. Very quick. You know your stuff. Now, I'm gonna throw 4 more quick questions at you. It's lightning round time.
All right.
So number 1, what's your favorite workout?
I have a couple. I love our long run workouts. I run for like 2 hours, and the last hour will be up tempo.
Yep.
I love the long grind workouts. I also like a 4 or 5 mile tempo, and then just like some faster stuff on the end.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Question number 2, who would win in a 400 between Matt Centrowitz and Lopez Lemong?
Oh boy.
You just gotta go with the instinct.
I feel like I'm gonna go with Lopez, because he's just
Lopez
gritty,
is my boy.
and he's got like that old man strength.
Yep,
So yeah,
yep.
I'm gonna go with Lopez.
Okay, question number 3, who is the funniest member of the Bowerman Track Club?
Me?
You heard it here first. Okay.
I don't know. Centro is pretty entertaining. I'll give him that.
Yeah, his Insta game is on point.
Yeah.
Okay, final question. This is gonna be the controversial question. Who has the best hair on the Bowerman Track Club?
You know, I like Marielle's hair. That she's like, I don't know. Right now I feel like she has it in these dreadlocks things that they look badass. Like they are so cool.
Okay,
Other than that, maybe like Colleen. Colleen has some
Colleen
pretty great
has good hair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna disagree though. I'm gonna say the best hair in the Bowerman Track Club is gonna go to my boy, Evan Yeager.
Okay, yeah.
But, you know,
I wasn't even thinking about the guys. That's fair.
That might be a discussion for another day. That's all the time we have today. Shelby, thank you so much for spending this time with us, answering some questions. If you guys enjoyed this video, or you're just a big fan of Shelby Houlihan, be sure to like the video down below and comment what you think she's gonna run the 1500 this season. I think we're gonna see some pretty fast times.
I hope so.
Thanks again, Shelby.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I couldn't. You were like, it's hard to swallow. Like, oh my God. You set this up perfectly.
You gotta put the spit it out.
Did you really?
I spit it out.